We've got a box. What's in the box? Well, I'll show you in a minute. But first of all, we have this water pipe here, which is connected to the main water, right in the back down there. And for some reason, it just doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong with it. So we're going to replace it. Inside the box is everything we need to replace it. We could probably just do with replacing the filter. But this kit wasn't here. Now, as you can see in the kit, you get everything you need. You just don't get a poppy, do you, Pop? No. So you get instructions, you get a filter, you get the pipe, you get the actual tap itself. This bit, well, that bit cuts into your pipe, your existing pipe work. You get a stop valve, and then you get the mounting kit for the tap. Ours is already in there, so we just need to remove this, remove the stuff from underneath, and then basically get it all working, because right now it's not working. I think the actual filter's blocked. Not too sure on how much these filters are. So as you can see, ours is already in there. It's already been plumbed in, but we need to get this out. There's the piece that goes onto your actual pipe, and then the actual pipe goes up there, but it goes through there, down here, and then it connects underneath there. And then basically just goes over to the filter there, yeah, it just plumbs in. But it plumbs in with this thing in the side here into your actual system. So we're going to undo this first, basically replace it with the new stuff. For the price of it, it's a no-brainer really. It's kind of, yeah, why not? So I'm going to undo this, do the best to film as I can, because it's in a tiny little cupboard, as you can see in there. I think it's going to be easier if I take this shelf out and then I can get right into there to all the stuff, because the filter goes underneath there. Right, now we can get the whole thing, now the shelf's out. So I think first of all, we need to get this bracket off. Right, so we got the filter off. Right, there's one off. And then I think we'll take this off as well and replace this with the new one. Right, so what this does is that pierces, as you can see, with that point in there. When you turn this in, that will pierce the actual pipe. There it is, right there. You can just see the hole. So we need to get the new one right back in that hole. I need to get this nut off the top. Maybe if I take the bottom one off, so take that one out. Now we should be able to hold it up there with the 15 and then screw it from here. Voila. Right, that's the old one off. Now, these systems are really, really simple. It's literally just fed off your pump. So the pump in your van will, once this is open like that, that will let a water flow come through. The water will go through the pipe, through the filter, and then out. I'm not saying this is going to be 100% clean filtered water. The one that we've got in Eva, that goes through a much bigger filter, and then it goes through a UV filter as well. But for you to get access to water that's been pulled through a filter to then go and boil as a secondary measure, I think it's just a no-brainer for the price that you're going to pay for them. So there is also a flow on there as well. It does tell you which way you're going. So it's going to go, the water pipe is going to come in, and then it's going to come out the top to the pump. So we need to get this fitted to the top, undo that first, and luckily enough this one comes with a nice big nut we can get hold of. Comes with some nice new rubbers, nice new shiny plate, so we'll get that on the top, then we go underneath with a rubber, and then underneath with one of those. Right, let's get this in, and then we can get the rest on. I've got friends down here watching. Do you want to do the job? No, didn't think so. Well, thank you, I love you too. You can see why they've used this one, because that one was a lot smaller than that one that's on there. That's not going to fit where the hole is, and I don't want to drill another hole because I don't really think it needs one. So we might just reuse the one that was on there and reuse the rubber that was on there. So that goes through perfect. So it literally should be dead simple. Get our rubber on and then screw our bottom end on. And we'll just tighten it right up. There we go, nice and tight. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this piece back onto the actual pipe. In your kit, you do get a little sleeve and a collar. Let's put the nut on first. Push your collar over it, just like that. And then take your little sleeve and push that into the very end of there. Now what that does is it strengthens this pipe up when you're tightening it up inside there. Then feed them in, push it down, and then tighten this up. You don't need to go mad crazy tight on that because don't forget it's only plastic. So we'll just give that a little nip up with the socket after we've got this on. Right, so we've got our hole on our pipe which is just there. So we need to make sure that this collar goes exactly in the place that it came off where that hole is. So we want the needle to go through the hole. Get this down there and then turn this one. Right, we've got that on now, and then we can turn this. Right, now we've turned that, that's pierced the pipe. This is all safe. That could have come with going down a bit, I think, but it's getting a solid grip on the pipe, so that's all that matters. Right, now we can screw the pipe on the bottom and put the filter on. Right, so we've got the bracket on the wall there. Now all we need is the filter, then we can put the pipe in there, which we will do so now. So we've got the stop valve, which is that one there, they just push in. So now we can get the bottom fed into here and then get this tightened up. Again, you do not need to go absolute crazy mad on these. Right, you don't need to go crazy mad tightening now. A couple of turns just to nip it fine is okay. Then we've also got on the bottom here, we've got the stop valve. This end piece will then go in the bottom of our filter. So don't forget your flow on your filter, you want the water flowing through. Now on your filter, it does have these little blue tabs. You have to take that blue tab out to get the pipe in, and then once the pipe's in, then you will push that blue tab back in to lock it. So we're going to leave that there because we need to come back out the top of the pipe and then into the bottom of the actual tap. So the same thing with your tap as well. You do have a nut, you have a piece that goes in the pipe, a little collar, and then this, I can't remember what they're called, but you know what I mean. So that goes like that. We're going to push that up into the tap and tighten it up. So we've got the pipe going up there into the tap, and then this pipe is going to come down and then shove it in there. And then lift it up a little bit like that, and then you can get your little blue collar in. And then that is now locked in place. Now we can turn the water on and see how many leaks we've got. Right, we've got no leaks whatsoever. So that's all in. There is no leaks coming from anywhere. The stop valves are not leaking. The bottom of the actual tap is not leaking. We've got water. Right, that's it in. Now, one thing to remember, don't forget, when you do fit this part and you do screw that in, don't forget, once you've done it, then unscrew it because it sends the needle out and it gives you the space in the hole there for the water to come through. So I just unthread that all the way. So that is where the water is going to go down and feed into the pipe there. A pretty easy, simple fit. It was just because of where it was a little bit fiddly. It means you've got filtered water in your van, so it's that little extra, just a little bit of extra safety for your water system. I mean, granted, we don't drink out the taps in the van anyway. We always boil the water, or if we want water, we use bottled water. But for the likes of the dogs and things like that, it's always handy to filtered through. So I'll leave the links in the description if you want to go and get one. We got that off Amazon. It was cheap as chips. I was looking for a filter, and then I came across the whole unit and thought, let's change the whole unit. Why not? Let's just go for it and change the unit. So that's what we did. Right, going. Things to do. Got some lights to fit. Catch you later.